Hey everyone, welcome back to Loud Quiet Vids. It's Oscar season again, and we're here to talk about our predictions for this year. So we have Austin Butler in Elvis. We have Colin Farrell in The Banshees of Inisherin. Brendan Fraser in The Whale. Paul Mescal in Aftersun. And Bill Nye in Living. I predict Austin Butler. I just think that he's most likely the favorite. And I did really like his performance as well. I thought there were moments where if you're not fully paying attention, you would think that really is Elvis Presley, and just his mannerisms and facial expression and all that. But my personal pick would probably be Brendan Fraser in The Whale. He just really moved me. I tend to root for the actor that just really moves me. Like Jamie Lee Curtis terrified me. Brendan Fraser just really moved me emotionally. So that's who I would give it to.
I think Brendan Fraser's going to win. It seems pretty split between him, Austin Butler, and Colin Farrell for different reasons. Like Brendan Fraser, that's the one where he transformed the most, and also it's a huge comeback vehicle for him. Austin Butler on paper should be the Oscar winner. It's like a biopic, and he did a great job with it, and he acts and he sings. And Colin Farrell probably had the best year of any actor because he did Banshees and also The Batman and that movie with Ron Howard, I'm blanking on the title, and After Yang. And that's kind of where the acting categories originated from. It was always supposed to be this actor had the best year, so we're giving it to them. If you look in the early days of the Oscars, they would be nominated for multiple performances they gave that year. And then they changed it to just one performance you're awarding for. So yeah. I think Brendan Fraser's going to win. If I had to give the category, though, it would be 100% Paul Mescal in Aftersun, which might be my favorite performance of the year. Yeah, it was a real birth of a star moment for me. You're probably going to see him in everything in the next few years. And I ended up watching Normal People because I loved his performance in Aftersun so much. So if you haven't watched it, definitely, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think it's a two-horse race between Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser. To me, it's kind of like a toss-up. I guess if I had to pick, I would say Austin Butler because of the whole biopic thing, and Elvis is such a beloved American figure. But then again, you have Brendan Fraser with the comeback story. So to me, it's a toss-up between those two. I think I'd be pretty surprised. I guess you're right. If anyone else would win, it would be Colin Farrell. Yeah. I would like to see Brendan Fraser win. To be fair, I didn't see Aftersun, so I can't. On it. So I can't dispute what you said. But I do think Brendan Fraser had a lot of hype going into that movie, and at least for me, he lived up to the hype. I thought he was really great in it. He he was basically the whole movie for me.
Well, he is the entire movie.
Yeah,
there's no one scene where he isn't in that.
Right, exactly. But I mean,
actually, no. There is a scene between the daughter and the priest together. That's the one scene without him.
But there is even just even these little scenes where the pizza guy finally sees what he looks like, and he just makes this face that kind of breaks your heart.
He feels like an accomplice to this guy's death.
Yeah. So I would give it to Brendan Fraser. I thought he really gave a great performance in that. But again, I think it's a toss-up between him and Austin Butler. Yeah.
All right, Best Actress. We got Cate Blanchett for Tar. We got Ana de Armas for Blonde. We've got Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie. We've got Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans. And we've got Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. This seems really, really split between Cate Blanchett for Tar and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Cate Blanchett and Tar, on paper, should be the one that wins. I mean, Cate Blanchett's one of our most beloved actresses, and Tar is very much her Daniel Plainview or Vito Corleone. And this would be her third Oscar, so she'd be part of the Three Timers Club. Michelle Yeoh has the advantage of Everything Everywhere All at Once being a more beloved film. It's another sort of an actress who's been around for decades and is like finally getting her due. Also, to bring identity politics into it, an Asian actress has never won Best Actress, so it'd be an opportunity for them to award an Asian actress for the role. I would give it to Cate Blanchett personally. I think it is the better performance, and I'm sort of leaning towards Cate Blanchett might win, only because if why am I blanking out of the name? For Best Actor in a Supporting Role, if Ke Huy Quan wins, I think they might be like, all right, we gave him this award, let's give Cate Blanchett Best Actress. But it could easily go to Michelle Yeoh. I'm just throwing a ball here. I think Cate Blanchett might win.
I could see Cate Blanchett winning, but I think Michelle Yeoh is gonna hang on. I just think, she was even though I thought Ke Huy Quan was the most fun, most interesting part of that movie for me, Michelle Yeoh is like the face of that movie, and if this movie is gonna win a lot of awards, I think this is gonna be one of them. I would give it to Michelle Williams. I don't know, I just really loved her performance in that movie. She was very silly, but at the same time, she had these more serious moments where she would talk to her children. That scene where she ends up slapping like really Steven Spielberg as a kid, I guess, who it is. I forget the actor's name.
Sammy.
Sammy. Yeah, Sammy.
Sammy Fableman.
That scene where she slaps him and then
On the back.
and immediately regrets it. I thought was really powerful. The emotion she showed afterwards, and she also had these, just crazy, silly moments where she bought the monkey.
Just out of curiosity,
Seth
have you
Rogen.
seen A Woman Under the Influence or Love Streams?
No,
Or any like John Cassavetes, Jenna Rollins film?
I haven't seen those two.
I'm pretty sure Spielberg told her to like watch some John Cassavetes movies with Jenna Rollins in them for influence, because it feels very much like how she would play the character. And the whole buying the monkey thing reminded me of the subplot in Love Streams where she just buys all these animals and she brings it into John Cassavetes, who plays her brother in the movie, and she's like, oh, I was gonna buy one, but then I'm like, oh, you can't just buy one without getting two.
Yeah.
And it just starts a zoo in the house. So I feel like it was directly inspired by Jenna Rollins, that performance. Maybe that should be the movie we watch instead of
It does
one of
sound
these
a
Oscar
lot
nominees,
like
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to go to Michelle Yeoh. I forget. I know Cate Blanchett took home one of the other awards. Was it the Globe or the SAG?
I think it was the Golden Globes.
The Golden
I think
Globe.
Michelle Yeoh got the SAG, but Blanchett got
I know
the
it was
Globe.
split
Yeah.
between the two.
Same thing with the Angela Bassett and Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
I just personally think it's going to go to Michelle Yeoh because the movie was just so unique. I personally didn't love the film, but I did love her performance. I think her and Ke Huy Quan just worked really well together. So I think they're both gonna take home an award. Cate Blanchett, I love her, but I think she's won 2 other times. You said? I know I've seen her win.
She's won
before.
2 times. She would be part of the 3-timers club.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it happen. I think it's gonna be Michelle.
Do you agree that, like, on paper, she should be the one who wins as far as, like, the type of performance that...
I love her as an actress, and I think she did a wonderful job in that film. I just didn't like the movie, Tar.
Okay.
I fell asleep on it.
I tried to wake her up.
Did all the classical music just lulls you to sleep?
I thought it was too much talking. That's just me. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be upset if she won.
I agree.
I
The
don't
type of performance. I understand what you mean by the type of performance. It was
Like, let's be real, Everything Everywhere All at Once, like, were you kind of surprised it was showered with this much Oscar love? Because it came out earlier in the year, and it's pretty much like gonzo martial arts comedy drama, which
I am surprised.
Oscar doesn't
Yeah.
typically, like, notice or
Yeah, no.
shower with praise.
I am surprised by that, but because it is getting all this love, that's just the way I see it going. The 2 films, Tar and Everything Everywhere All at Once, I didn't really like either one of them.
I think I don't love Tar. I think it is better than Everything
Okay.
Everywhere All at
Yeah,
Once.
two very different films. Didn't love either one of them, but the performances are top notch. That's just the way I feel about it. But personally, I loved Michelle Williams' performance in The Fablemans. I love my batshit lady characters, so that's who I would want to win. But I think it's going to be Michelle Yeoh, not Michelle Williams.
Okay. One more thing that I wanted to add, because even though I did say I want Kate Blanchett to win, there's also a part of me that really wants Andrea Riseborough to win, even though I didn't really like that performance. But just with the whole Oscar controversy surrounding her nomination, I feel like that would be the funniest outcome if she won.
I did hear about that, yeah.
Yeah. No, and there's some actors who are like really praising her performance, and I don't know, I would just die laughing if she won.
Do you feel like quickly explaining what that controversy was? Do you know exactly what it was?
Because it barely made any money in the box office, and it was a lot of just like actors touting it on social media. And I don't really know the technicality, but for some reason people thought that might have been going against Oscar rules to do that. But no, she ended up passing. She was in the clear for it. But I feel like after all that hubbub, I feel like it would just be so good if she won.
That would be
yeah, I know.